Hey guys, welcome back to the Precious Moms Network channel. My name is Precious James Obuna and I'm back again. So I want to say thank you to Louis again for this opportunity to tell my journey and my story and my experience as a preemie mom in Nigeria. I want to say thank you, sis. You know I love you, Sha. You know that. Okay, so in this episode, I'll be telling my story through questions. I'm going to answer in a number of questions that will just let you know of what we preemie moms get to experience. And I hope through my story, a preemie mom or dad is encouraged and we all gain empathy for preemie moms because the journey is really not a very easy one to go through. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get right to the question. So number one, what were your first thoughts when you first saw your baby? Oh my god, guys. So when I saw Vicky, she was in the incubator. She was well covered because, like I said in the previous video, she was just 1 kg. I was like, God. I told my husband, she's so small. You know, my mom was like, what do you expect? She's just 1 kg. But I just know once I saw her, I fell in love. I was shocked, you know, I was grateful because I had researched and I now knew what I had gone through and what God brought me through. So I was grateful and I was in love. I was grateful and I was in love. So that was my first thought when I saw her. So the second question, what advice would you give to another preemie mom whose baby is currently in the NICU or the SCBU? Look, preemie mom, preemie dad, tough times don't last, but tough people do. The truth is, if anyone hasn't gone through this journey or you haven't had a sick child, you can't fathom or experience what preemie moms are experiencing, and I feel your pain. I know how scary it is for you. I know how destabilized your life is. I know the financial drain, but I just want you to hang on. I want you to hang on. The journey is one of the toughest things anyone can go through in life. But if you hang on and you put your absolute faith in God, you're going to come out victorious. Like I like to tell other preemie moms, that's your baby who is in the incubator and you're wondering, when will this little baby look like a human, like other babies I see? That baby is one day going to throw your phone away like Vicky. She's going to tear your book, drag your laptop with you, kiss you, bite you, call you mama, and you're going to have the joy that it feels to be a mom and a dad. So all I'm just saying to you is to hold on, hang on. I'm a testament to God's faithfulness and you will pull through. Trust me on that. Okay, so number 3, what was the most memorable part of your preemiehood and your SCBU journey the day Vicky came out of the incubator? So we were in the hospital for 68 days, and for those 68 days she was in the incubator for 54 days. And the rule of the hospital is that you don't carry your baby. So guys, I didn't carry her for 54 days. It was just one day. That was a Monday before the Wednesday she came out. It was in the night. I came and I pleaded with the doctor, nurse, ma, please, can I carry her? You know, she was like, okay, my matron is outside. I wouldn't want her to know. Oh, yeah, wash your hands, sterilize your hand. I carried her. That was the first time. Like, I was carrying my baby like I was carrying a thief. But the most memorable day was where she finally clocked 1.4 kg after 54 days. The nurses, everybody knew I was... I'm very funny when I want to be. So everyone knew, the doctors, everyone, so they didn't want to tell me she had clocked. I was so scared because I didn't want to be disappointed that she was still like 1.3 kg, because those weight checks were like our exam. Everybody, every mom, every relative, even the nurses in the ward where we were, because I was in the hospital, I didn't leave. Everybody were like, what did she gain today? You know, we were like a family, right? So the day I came down, I went to my baby's incubator. I didn't see her. And one very sad part is that those pregnant babies, they die. So once you come and you find an incubator empty, it's likely that either the doctors are attending to her in the table of sacrifice that we call it, or the baby, you've lost the baby. So when I came, I was like, then I saw Vicky in her cot, guys. That was the most memorable day. Everyone, my dad, my mom, my husband, everybody knew Vicky came out of the incubator. And I got to carry her, guys, and I breastfed her, I think, a week after. And because when she was in the incubator, she wasn't wearing, she was just on diaper. So if the temperature was adverse, that's when they wear clothes. So that day, guys, I can't forget it. Like, my sister, oh my God, thank God for sisters. It was like, we had to do our own newborn shoot that day. I wish I could add pictures, guys. I had to dress her up for the first time, change her diaper like a real mom. For 54 days, I didn't feel like a real mom. That was the day it felt like I really had a baby. That was the most memorable day. And of course, the day we got to go home, but that day was, guys, it was amazing. Oh my God, it was. Oh my God, it's really taking long. Okay, so the next one is, what, if anything, was the most meaningful thing that someone did for you while your baby was in the NIC? What was the most memorable and meaningful thing anybody did for me? It was a series of support. Like, you know how God is there for you and He sends people. That was it. I had love from God. Just sent people at every point to encourage my husband and I, from my dad of blessed memory, my mom, my sister, her doctor friends she made. I remember this nurse. She would tell me that she also had a preemie baby, because I'll complain to her. She was understanding. You know how nurses can be in Nigeria, but she was different. You know, she's actually my Facebook friend now. She was different. So she told me, I also had a preemie baby. My baby had neck too. You know, he's good. He survived. Yours will survive. Just hearing those words from, her name was Nurse Justina, I think. Just hearing those words from her was gold. You know, when someone just calls out of the blues, how are you? How are you guys doing? My sister-in-law, God, she went out of her way. God bless. That was the memorable, where people really came in. You know, someone just gets food, someone sends you money, my dad will call, pray. My pastor's wife came. Oh my God. My church women, they would just storm the words, pray for us, you know, strengthen you. Those were the very memorable times I had, okay? And meaningful. Okay, what is the hardest part of being a preemie mom? Okay, I think the hardest part of being a preemie mom for me those days was the health challenges that came with it. You know, it's one thing that your baby comes out and there are no challenges. You just come, you stay, you go. But Vicky didn't gain any weight. So she dropped from 1.1 kg to 950 grams. So the most challenging and the hardest part was those health challenges. At the point you come, they see she had anemia. I transfused her for 5 times. As God will have it, her dad was the donor, so we didn't have to go on around. We had to be transfused. We had to go for scans, test upon test. So that was the hardest part. The part where you really don't know if this baby is going to survive. You know, it was hard. That was the hardest part. What has been the biggest challenge since being discharged from the SCBU? SCBU being Special Care Baby Unit. What has been the biggest challenge? To be honest, God has been faithful. Like, Vicky has come home and she's been so healthy by the grace of God. But the biggest challenge that I had was taking care of her. Because, you know, the care for primary babies has always been extra. Having to feed every 2 hourly, the extra care, the monthly checkups, sometimes 2 weekly checkups. Those things can be draining. Then waiting for them to hit milestones, because for primary babies, for some, have a little delay here and there. But honestly, I've just been grateful to God. Apart from a little delay here and there, she's been a miracle. Like, we go to the hospital, like, what are you giving to her? She's so big. Is this baby a wonder? So those challenges of just staying to the regimen, the warnings, the checkups, the extra care. But beyond that, she just came home from SEB 18 months ago and just adjusted and adapted to an environment that wasn't what she was used to. So it's been God all the way. What has been a preemie mom taught you about life? Tough times don't last. Because when I was in the hospital, it felt like my life was on standstill. It felt like I had done something wrong to God, because nothing in my mind could fathom what was happening, Nothing in my mind could fathom that I would take in and my baby won't reach term. Nothing in my mind could fathom it. So it felt like the world was, collapsing on my head. But 18 months later, I see it has taught me is that tough times don't last. In life, we will all have challenges, but every of those challenges bring out the gold in us. Gold will just be one raw material if it didn't go through fire, if it didn't go through the refining process. So for that journey, it refined me and it's made me the epic woman I am today. So what milestone has your child reached that made you the most proud? Being mobile. She took quite some while to be mobile, that's to move around, but she's getting to it now and we're grateful. So that is one milestone that we're so. Then the day she called mama, hey Lord, she called mama before dada. Yes, that was one of the milestones I was most proud of. Is there anything that still reminds you of the SEBU? Yes, so many things. So we practically live very close to the hospital where I had my baby. So from time to time we go past it and just going there, Then I kept some memorabilia from the hospital. So her flags, the lab we were asked to get. I kept so many things to just remind me. I still have her preemie clothes that are small as this, very cute small dresses. I still have them. I have the hospital prescription note that has her weight. You see weight WT 1.1 kg. I have it like that. WT 1.2, WT 10 kg, WT 11 kg, WT being weight. So I still have those memories to remind me of God's faithfulness. Okay? What is something that every parent should know? That having a premature child doesn't define your child. Every child is unique. And your child, even if they've encountered some challenges in their birth, they're still going to get to the zenith of their life. That's what I want you to know. That no matter how small, no matter how tiny your baby is, that baby is going to grow up and become a terror. A good terror, not bad terror. But your baby is going to grow up to scatter your house like Louis's baby and other Precious Moms Network babies and my baby is doing to us right now. From being that 1 point something kg baby to the 10, 11, 12 kg babies they are now, terrorizing us with tantrums. You're going to get there. So just be happy, okay? So I'm trying to see if there are any more questions that I would like to answer. Okay, I'm trying to scroll through to see if there are any more questions. So what is the best part of being an SEBU mom? That I have a warrior. I have a survivor. Like I look at her, I'm like, babe, you are epic. That's the best part. That I look at her, I'm like, girl, do you know what you went through and you survived? That's like the best part for me. That was like the best part for me. And to wrap this up, I just want to say this. I've said it before, but I want to encourage anyone who has a child with any form of disability, any form of special need in the NICU or in the SCBU. I really want to encourage you. I went through that, guys. I went through the anemia stage when she was suspected of neck, cranial bleed. Name it, guys, name it. She's suspected for so many things, but at the end of the day, we came out victorious, and that's why we named her Victory. So I just want to encourage you that tough times don't last, but tough people do. So for every hurdle you're having to cross, there is a greater purpose. Just like Lewis. Imagine how many moms, I'm in the Precious Moms Network, and I know how encouraging it is. Just imagine Lewis didn't have to go through this. Probably so many primary moms will lose hope if she didn't go through it. So everything is for a greater purpose, and everything is for a greater reason. And at the end of the day, we'll all smile. I hope you've enjoyed this tag. I hope you've enjoyed my story. I would like to see your comment. Let me know what fascinated you about being a primary mom in Nigeria. Let me know what caught your fancy. And I'd just love to hear your feedback in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening. Bye, guys.